In this tutorial, you're going to learn how to use the beat calculator to identify the exact tempo of an audio loop that you've imported from an audio CD. It's important that you work with musical material that has a constant, steady tempo. This function cannot be used with musical material that has continual changes in tempo. Start by importing the audio track from your music CD into an empty stereo audio track in Cubase, as I've done here. Have a listen to this audio drum track. At the moment, I do not know the tempo of this piece of music, and I want to use a section of it as a loop in a future composition. I need to begin by editing the start point of the audio event, so that the first beat of the drum pattern starts at the beginning of bar 1, beat 1. Let's begin by zooming in, and I now can turn off the snap. Select the scissors tool and trim the beginning of the audio event very tightly to the beginning of the waveform. Now use the rubber tool to rub out the unwanted section of silence before the first beat of the drum pattern. If you now turn the snap back on, you can drag the audio event so that it starts promptly at the beginning of bar 1. You can now check that it plays back correctly. Excellent. We're now going to have to identify how many beats of this drum track we want to use within our final loop. Let's count 16 musical beats or 4 bars. Have a listen and count. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we need to cut somewhere around here. Let's turn the snap off, choose the scissors tool, and begin to cut. We can now use the eraser tool to rub out the unwanted section of audio. What we can do now is to set the left and right locators around this audio event, and then turn the loop or cycle function on the transport bar, and have a listen. Hopefully, if I've identified the endpoint correctly, the loop will play back perfectly. Okay, we can hear that the loop is a little bit long, so we'll zoom in a little bit at the end, and we'll change the endpoint by dragging it in. Let's make sure the snap is turned off, and we'll move the audio event handle in towards the left. Let's now set the locators around this once again, and let's have a listen. Okay, so now we can hear an accurate loop with an accurately defined endpoint. This piece of music now loops perfectly. We can zoom back out now, although you may need to spend a little bit longer editing the end of your loop to ensure that it plays round and round without any glitching or clicking. Now we can select this audio event, and we can go to the project menu and select the beat calculator. We can now tell Cubase that we've counted 16 beats within our audio event, and we can see that Cubase now has calculated a BPM of 144.66. If we now click on the Insert Tempo into Tempo track at the Tempo track start position and look at the transport bar, you'll notice that it inserts the tempo of 144.656 into the transport bar. Close the beat calculator now, set the locators around the audio event, and now play this back, and you'll see that it lasts exactly 4 bars of the project tempo. The final test now is to turn the click on and to hear the audio loop with the click at the project tempo. Hopefully they're both in time with each other. Excellent. I've now created a 4-bar percussion drum loop that I can use within the context of another piece of music in Cubase and for which I know the tempo. I can now use this loop with audio warping, or I can use it as a basic audio loop and make use of construction and manipulation tools such as copy, paste, repeat and duplicate.